I got arrested, we keeping that private. Buy me a Hyatt for Wyatt. I'ma make sure that you go on a diet. Eat from your plate, you can tell that I like it. You thought you was gonna bag my chick. Yeah, right.
What's happening, everyone? I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I'm your host, SchuZ, Schumaker, and I understand there's a lot of chaos in the world, but hopefully this can bring us a little bit more joy and excitement, especially to K-State fans. Before I go any further, make sure to go hit the subscribe button right below. But, as I said, if you're a K-State fan, I think you're going to enjoy this because you guys just landed another top player in the country in Seryee Lewis to make you guys now move up to number 14 overall recruiting class, and I have 3 of them on today. You'll be able to hear from Seryee, you'll be able to hear from Selton Miguel, and Nijel Pack. I promise you're not going to miss any of those. But there's so much more SchuZ views coming up, especially with the break going on, so I don't think you're going to miss anything. So make sure to head over to my Instagram and Twitter and follow me as Schumaker to stay up to date on everything. But with that being said, as I said, there's a lot of the big time stuff going on. One of those is, as you guys know, my partnership with the Player Circle. I promise you're going to want to look up to them because, well, this episode is brought to you by them. The Player Circle is the only networking app specifically designed for grassroots basketball players and coaches. Post all your career accomplishments, mixtapes, stats, pictures, commitment edits, you name it, to get noticed by scouts and coaches all over the country. So make sure to go and download the app in the App Store right now. With that being said, I think we're going to hop right in this episode. So, Seryee's interview is up right after this. I'm blessed to welcome on the number 247 overall player, a 3-star, a top 50 power forward, and a top 10 player in Arizona. And obviously the newest member of K-State, and Seryee Lewis. What's going on today, bro?
Yo, what's up?
Not much. So, let's just get right into this, man. What's it feel like you're committed now?
It feels good. A lot of weight off my shoulders, especially for me to go to the school of my choice. I was able to pick. Love the program, love the history, so it feels good.
Without a doubt, and obviously you're joining one of the best recruiting classes in Coach Weber's time at K-State. I mean, talk about the guys that's going to be joining you.
The guys are going to be joining me all good. All of us have a position, so we 5 incoming freshmen. All of us, I believe, will fit well together and have fun, and hopefully run a Big 12.
Without a doubt, and obviously, I mean, your recruitment's picked up massively recently. I mean, you obviously came into Easy Companies with a little bit of interest, not some offers, but I mean, you got a lot of Power 5 kind of schools recently. I mean, talk about what it's been like blowing up the past couple of weeks.
I mean, I've been feeling good because I've been putting so much work in and finally get recognized. It felt good, but it's always remain humble and keep putting in work because I like being an underdog.
Absolutely, and a lot of people talk about, obviously, your class at K-State. I mean, pretty much every position's filled now in terms of the guy coming in for 2020. So, like, kind of just break down each player. I mean, we start obviously with Selton Miguel. I mean, talk about what he's going to be like being one of the lead guards for you.
It's going to be good, especially me watching him play because we both played in a grind session. I'm going to love to play with him. He's explosive. He got a jump shot, and he got to pass the ball. So, I mean, let's win. Let's rock out. You
guys kind of built a little bit of relationship throughout the grind session, talking, and you kind of talk about how he kind of helped introduce Coach Weber. So talk about your guys' relationship and kind of the impact he had on your commitment.
He had a good impact on my commitment with him coming up to me after my game, coming to watch me play, telling me how much Coach Weber loved me and how I need to join the family, how we'll fit good and play good together. So that was a lot of help, and I felt love, felt like family. Another guy, obviously, with the first commitment was Nijel. What's your relationship with him? Well, we just got cool recently with my commitment. But, yeah, I played Nijel in Peace Jam. When he was on Indy Heat, I played with the Fire. Nijel, nice. That's all I got to say. He's nice, and I can't wait to play with him. And obviously we know, I mean, the big guy, Davion. I mean, talk about him and really what he brings to the table for you guys. Davion, big. Dunk everything, rebound. That's more help on me. I don't got to do all the work down low. Obviously, then there's Luke as well. What's your relationship with him? Yeah, me and Luke just got cool as well. But Luke is good. I watched him play on the EYBL as well. I can't wait to play with all of them. I feel like we're going to all be really good and fit with each other. Without a doubt. And is there anyone on the team right now in terms of the roster at K-State that you're close with or had any kind of impact on your recruitment? Yeah, Dejuan Gordon. He was a real big reason why I committed to Kansas State. Both of us being from the same place, both of us growing up playing basketball with each other. So it's always been a connection and like a brotherhood between us. So him just providing me information on the program, telling me about it, how it would fit in well, and how we could rock out, made me feel good. And out of all the other schools, I personally knew him at that school who had experience at the school with Coach Weber, so that made it a lot easier. You had to obviously have a unique way of committing. Obviously, with the whole Corona stuff going on, you weren't able to go take an official visit to K-State yet, but
You took like online tours. I mean, talk about what that was kind of like and how that worked.
It was good. Coach Weber provided the online tour for me, showed it, and me just talking to Dejuan, asked him how the campus is, and multiple other recruits who visited the campus. They said they loved it and it was beautiful. So I'm not really too worried about the campus. I'm more worried about winning and getting better. So the campus was the last worry.
And you're going into the Big 12. I mean, that's one of the best, if not the best, conference for basketball you could possibly go to. So, I mean, every night you play in there's going to be someone that's an elite team. So, what's really your excitement to be able to go up and play against the best of the best?
I mean, I'm playing against the best of best, and to play against the best of best, you got to be with the best. And I feel like I'm one of them, and with the incoming recruiting class, I feel like we all like that, and we one of them guys. So I feel like that's where I belong.
And obviously, K-State's coming off a little bit of a rebuilding year. I mean, it wasn't the best year for them, but having a lot of young guys that's going to be staying next year, and obviously your recruiting class, I mean, what's your expectations going into next year?
Next year, this will be a totally different season. It's a rebuild group, so we got to learn our stripes, learn the roles, and I feel like we all do that pretty quickly. And once we get it down pat, we'll be perfectly fine.
Absolutely. And for you, once again, I mean, really, what was the impact of possibly not knowing that you were going on really that many visits because of all the Corona stuff going on?
Yeah, I had like 4 visits set up, and with me not going to neither one of them, it was tough, but I felt like I made the right decision, and I'm confident in the decision I made, so I feel happy. I'm good.
No doubt. And just a little bit before you officially announced K-State, I mean, you dropped your list to your top 6. So what went into those schools, and really what was the impact, and really how'd you like those schools?
I liked all them schools. All them schools showed a lot of love, was recruiting me on a regular basis, but K-State felt most like family. And I was upset because I didn't get to visit those other schools because everybody wants to experience an official visit with the pictures and things like that. But with the time being, with the Corona stuff going on, I wasn't able to do that. So I wasn't really tripping, but I had to do what I had to do.
Absolutely. And obviously we know you went to AZ Compass this past season for your senior year, and there's another guy on the team that we still don't know if he's going to go 2021, 2020, and that's Frankie. Obviously there was a little bit of connection with the Georgetown stuff, but talk about what it was like kind of being recruited by the same school while playing with them.
It was cool getting recruited by the same school. They both came out. The coaches came out to see us play when we played in Rhode Island. We played against Putnam Science Academy. We both dominated that game. Ever since then, that's when life started being different. So just playing with Frankie was good. Frankie's a good point guard. Love playing with him. He's going to be really good in the future, whatever school he goes to of his choice. So, yeah.
I mean, your whole team obviously at AZ Compass, I mean, we know it's stacked. I mean, everyone on the team is going to play at the next level. So seeing all these guys be able to live up the same dream as you, basically going to play Division I, what's it like seeing all them experience the same thing you're able to experience?
Seeing that is good because they all became my brothers as soon as I landed in Arizona. And me spending 7 months with them, we all built a connection and a bond. So just seeing all of them eat is good, and that was all of our goal from the beginning, to see all of us eat and go on Division I, the school of our choice. And for all of us to do that is what's up. It feel good. It's love.
You came in originally to start the season off with a little bit of an injury, still rehabbing, and a lot of guys were still under the radar. We look at guys like you, obviously, Jabari, a few other guys that obviously blew up with offers recently. So seeing that, what's it like seeing you guys be able to turn up the lights and turn into one of the best teams in all the country?
Yeah, me and Jabari, that's my guy, and we was like the underdogs, especially coming from different states into Arizona with not the high ranking and not with all the offers. So when I first came down there, I messed my ankle up, and I wasn't right for a while. You knew that. Yeah, I talked to you and stuff like that. So once I really got to who I was, you see, like, the game changed, our team changed. We was on like a 14-game winning streak, so things just turned up. And from that, me and Jabari started eating, and we really started to show what we could do, and that's when everything started to pick up.
No doubt. So talk about how this team came together. I mean, a lot of guys weren't from Arizona, but you guys put together one of the best teams in the grind session. I mean, you look at guys obviously like Ty, Frankie, you. I mean, the list goes on and on, but what was it like putting this roster together?
My head coach, Gibson, he's from Chicago, so it was just a Chicago connection, me trusting his word, going out there. And everybody else, Coach Pete Caffey, he knows a lot of people. He has a high name in this basketball world, so him just talking to the right people, getting with people, recruited a lot of the kids on the West Coast. But with me coming from the Midwest and me and Sincere, that was Coach Gibson, and all of us ended up teaming up. And they said we're gonna be good. I didn't think we was gonna be as good as we were, but yeah.
And you talked about Sincere. I mean, obviously he's still working on getting his name up there, but what was your guys' relationship before you guys came to Easy Compass?
Me and Sincere, we both played for the Fire. It was good, but Sincere, that's like my brother now, especially because we was roommates down there in Arizona. So yeah, that's my guy. Sincere's gonna be good too. Got a strap, so he gonna be straight as well.
Talk a little more about Compass. What's it gonna be like for the future of them?
The future's gonna be good because they're gonna get the things that we did accomplish this season gonna bring them more and better players. And for that being, they have no choice but to be good, especially them having Sada, having the chance to have Tata, Frankie, and Max again. Them all top 100 players right there. So that's a pretty good group of kids. Just now you got to all add pieces around the puzzle.
And you guys had a couple of midseason, obviously, acquisitions. I mean, Sada came in a little bit, came back to Compass, and then obviously Tata came in. So what was it like getting the addition of those two guys?
It wasn't really no adjustment because both of them are good players, so they knew how to fit right in, and knew what to do and what not to do. So that wasn't a problem. And they're good people.
Coach P and some people talk about you as a high academic player. I mean, what's it like and what's the priorities you put into becoming an academic player?
School has always been easy for me. I think it was because of my mom always put me in the toughest classes. Before I went to Compass, I had all AP and honor classes. At Compass, I had a 4.8 GPA, so school's always been not too bad for me. Did good on my SAT, so I think that's to my parents once again. They always been hard on me with school. Make sure I always did my work before I did anything else. And now it's a lot easier, and the job is smooth. So books and balls is all I gotta say.
Couldn't agree more, man. And I mean, you talk about your AAU career. I mean, obviously you ended up playing with Mac Irvin on the end. What was that experience like playing with one of the top teams in the EYBL?
It was good. We was one of the top teams in the EYBL. We was number 2 in the country at one point. It was good. Had a good run, played with Mike Foster, Adam Miller, Marcus Watson. Had a good starting five. Like, we were really good. We didn't do that well in Peace. We didn't do good at all in Peace Jam. We lost every game. But other than that, it was good.
Talk about the Chicago connection. Obviously, Mike came out and played at Hillcrest this year. I mean, what was it like seeing some of the guys at least you knew come to Arizona as well?
Yeah, I was shocked when I seen Mike was going to Hillcrest. But, yeah, Mike's my guy as well. So, even though we were rivals, we never got to play each other. It was what's up that he came to Arizona too.
What's it kind of like been like growing up and being able to play basketball in Chicago?
Being able to play basketball in Chicago is tough. Like, you can't be soft, you can't be a crybaby. Like, it's just hard cut basketball, and that's what everybody know about Chicago basketball players. So for that being, that helped me a lot, forming me to the player I am today, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, living in Chicago is good. Call it the Windy City. It's always cold here. A lot different from Arizona. Like right now, it's 40 degrees here. I'm pretty sure it's like 80 in Arizona, 70. But yeah, but I do miss the AZ weather. But other than that, yeah, I love Chicago, and I'm from here.
And what's kind of the pride you take in being a Chicago player?
I think Chicago got the best basketball players. I mean, I give credit. We was down a couple years, but I think this 2020 class is deep. We have a lot of high major players, and I think for that being said, we got a lot of future pros. So I think we're going to pick back up with our graduating year.
Talk about some of those guys you see leading in the future Chicago.
I see myself. I see DJ Stewart. I see Adam Miller, Jeremiah Williams, a lot of people. Aaron Eulis. I see all of us. So we are good players, and we have a future if we stick to the plan.
Before I let you go, I was like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
Biggest role model? My parents. Because they always believed in me when no one did it. Always put faith in me. Always kept me driven. And it's paying off.
God puts different people in our lives that kind of help shape the path He has in store for us. And obviously it's huge when you see what it comes out to be.
Yeah.
My last question I was like wrapping up with is just talking about faith. How would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
God, man. God is good. Me and my family, we're a Christian family, so we're religious, and I say God is good. He puts you through trials and tribulations, but He does that for His best warriors. And if you overcome the trials and tribulations, you're destined for greatness. So I always keep that in my head. And I go through stuff like everybody else go through stuff. Everything is not perfect. And I think that formed me to the player I am today is going to make my future brighter.
For sure. I mean, God obviously has a special path for everyone. Like you said, I mean, he has a purpose for everything he does, and just following that path is a special thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Devin, appreciate you taking time to come on, my guy. Keep on doing, can't wait to see you playing with the Wildcats next year.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Go Wildcats.
No problem, bro. God bless. Now, K-State fans, I know you guys are going to love Seryee. He's going to be a very special player for you guys. But if y'all follow me on Instagram, then you guys want to check one of my newest episodes out of Big Time with Wade Taylor. He had a big-time playoff game, special one. Go check it out. And another reason you might want to check it out is because what I was wearing. A No Days Off shirt from SchuZ Samuel. I promise you, you're not going to miss it. Go check him out right now. Go follow both the No Days Off Instagram page and SchuZ Samuel. I promise you're not going to miss it. He's got a very special clothing line, No Days Off once again. Go check it out. But with that being said, I think we're going to hop right in the next interview with Selton Miguel, the second commit of K-State's elite recruiting class, one of the top 100 players in the country. You're not going to miss it. So, Selton's interview is up right after this. I'm blessed to welcome on the number 98 player in 2020, a top 20 small forward, a 4-star, and the number 9 player in Florida. He obviously is one of the first commits to Kansas State, as one of the stars on one of the top teams in the country at West Oaks, and one of the best players from Angola. And Selton Miguel, what's happening, my guy?
Everything's fine. What's up with you, bro?
Not much, bro. So, let's just get right into this. You obviously land your 5th player in Seryee. Talk about the addition of him.
Seryee a really good player. He's a 6'8", play above the rim. Can shoot, can pass. Really good player. So, he's a good addition for us for next year.
No doubt. And he obviously helps join you guys and create the number 14 overall ranked recruiting class in all the country. What's it mean to be sitting as one of the best recruiting classes going into next year?
It's pretty good. People know about us. People expect something from us for next year. All you got to do is just go and do our job.
And, this is one of Bruce Weber's best recruiting classes ever, and now it's like an 8-year tenure at K-State. Talk about the guys that he's bringing in. You look at the list, obviously just talk about all 5 positions are going to be full. What's it kind of like having all these players?
Coach Weber recruit people that they know how to play basketball. People that can't play, he let you play your game. So all you gotta do is just bring it. So you can how can explain to you? He coach you, he wants you to listen, but at the same time you can play your game. He gonna let you play your game. So it's coming me, Nijel, Luke, all of us. We all guards. They can play. They can shoot the ball. They got good high IQ, and then I think so. You like players like that, so that's why recruiters.
For sure, and let's talk about the guys. We can start with the very first commit, obviously Nijel. Just go down the list though and talk about all the guys and what your relationship is with them.
I got a good relationship with Nijel, with Luke, with Brad. Not really with the last commit Serge, but we all gonna talk about it. We all gotta stay together for next year. So we all gonna have a good relationship. I hope so.
For sure. And talk about your relationship with Seryee a little bit. I know you guys were in the grind session. You guys mashed up a little bit. Gotta talk a little bit there. How'd that kind of work out?
Serge, he got somebody because he's from Chicago, right? He got somebody from Chicago to play for Kansas State right now. He's Dejan Gordon. He's gonna be a sophomore next year. And then I think so. Dejan was talking to him, and then he told me to talk to him too. And then I did. And then he was already about thinking about Kansas State. So he was like, I might come. I'm not gonna take it a visit because the coronavirus. But he trusts the coaching staff. He trusts us. He trusts me. He trusts the player that was talking to him to come Kansas State. So I think he just made the decision. It was a big factor. So yeah.
Was there any other coaches that maybe had a big impact on your recruitment?
You said Coach Weber?
Were there any other coaches that had a big impact on your recruitment?
Oh yeah, Coach Anderson, the assistant coach. He definitely did. Because I got the offer my sophomore year, and then the coach had left, so he came, stay in his position, and then since then he be talking to me a lot. Since my sophomore year, he just be on me all the time, talk to me, and then ask me if I need anything, just be on the phone with me all the time. Even before I commit, he was the same relationship we got right now. So Coach Anderson was a big factor too. Yeah.
And then Coach Weber, talk a little bit more about you and his relationship.
It's a good relationship. He's a fun guy. He care about his players a lot. I like him a lot. We always be in touch. We be in the phone a lot. Most of the time, make sure I'm good, make sure he good. Ask about his family, ask about my family, about how school work, how it is going, and everything. But I think so. I mean, we got a good relationship. But I think so. By the time I go there to Kansas State, then start like get coached by him, like be in practice with him, start getting to know him more and more. I think it's gonna be a really good relationship. Not more just a player to a coach, but like as a family too, like a second dad type. So yeah, I mean, he's a good people.
And that's what a lot of people don't think necessarily know, because a lot of fans now just look at him obviously as being the head coach of Kansas State. But what's him kind of like off the court?
I mean, he's a pretty fun guy, good person to be around. He gonna make you laugh. He'll listen to crack jokes. I mean, he's a good person to be around. Yeah, he's a good person to be around.
And obviously this year was not the best year for Kansas State. So how do you guys expect to go into next year and be able to perform at a high level and kind of revamp and restart this new process at K-State?
I feel like we can do a better job, and we will do a better job, because there's a lot of people, like, we got a lot of hype right now because we're like 21 in the country now, number 3 or 4 in the Big 12. And then, I mean, the fans expect us to come and do a better job than last year.
You're going to be in the Big 12 next year. What's it going to be like going up against some of the best players and maybe the best conference, if not the best conference in all the world?
I mean, I already know it's going to be tough. I gotta be prepared for it. Gotta be in weight room, lift some weights. Gotta be working out all the time. Cause like it's not gonna be high school no more. It's gonna be playing against grown men. So I gotta be prepared for it, staying humble, and just stay in the gym, work on my game, get better all the time.
You had an incredible year. I mean, talk about what the season was like while you were at West Oaks.
The year at West Oaks was like amazing. It was just something that nobody expected us to do. Nobody believed us. Nobody was thinking about like West Oaks can be a national ranked team. Because to be honest, the guards I play with, I feel like they are one of the underrated guards in the country. Because like they don't get a lot of recognition because they're really talented. And then the coaches, like the coaching staff and us, we got a lot of connection. We listen to them. They listen to us. We all together. And then that's why I make West Oaks this year did a really good session, a really good season. We beat a lot of top teams. People didn't expect us to beat them, like Bluefield Prep, Oak Hill. We just did what we were supposed to do. We listen to the coach. Everything he said, we did. We lost some games, we did, of course, but I mean, I feel like it was probably one of the best seasons West Oaks ever had. It was this year team. So I mean, the coach too, like Coach Kenny, the head coach, is just like the coach is just like let you do whatever you can to help the team. He's just like I feel like he's the GOAT. Coach is just like he always wants us to work out, never stay home, come to the gym, be with us, make us go hard every day. No cheating inside the classroom, do everything you're supposed to do. I mean, it was just like one of the seasons that I feel like, because I've been there for 4 years, it was my bad season. It was my senior year, it was my bad season.
Coach Kenny obviously talks about you, and the biggest thing is, like he said, you were there for 4 years, and coming into your senior year, he's talking about you matured, and mostly, I mean, you improved your game, of course, but you matured as a leader. I mean, what was that process like going into the season saying you're the guy and you need to kind of help lead this team and get them ready to go perform?
It was a tough job because I've been there since the freshman year. So growing up, freshman, sophomore, junior year, I learned a lot with other players that been there before me. So, I mean, it was tough to become a leader, but I had to do it because nobody else could do it. So, I mean, I did what I was supposed to do, lead the team, make sure everybody in their position, make sure nobody come to practice late, make sure everybody in workouts, make sure everybody doing what they're supposed to do inside the classroom. I mean, just did what I was supposed to do. So
Did you walk into a gym? Did coach kind of talk to you? Or when did you guys kind of realize you had to be the leader this year?
I mean, the coach kind of talked to me a little bit. He was my junior year summer, AAU, when we was still playing AAU. Yeah, he was talking to me. He was like, next year you gotta become a better leader. I mean, I always been quiet, but he was like telling me like you gotta talk more this year because the players listen to you, my teammates. So you gotta do a better job talking, stay active, and everything. So like, yeah, coach was a big influence on me to become a better leader after he talked to me about after this summer. So yeah.
You led your team to a 25-8 record. You're one of the top teams in the grind session. Obviously, you couldn't finish it off due to your injury, but I mean, what was the experience like playing the grind session this year?
I mean, it was a really good experience. They got all the top players in the country there, all the top teams in the country there. I mean, it was just like, it's tough. It's a tough competition. It's not like if you stay at home, your own high school team, you do whatever you want, like play against the other bad teams. But like grind session, all the teams are good. So like you're getting better while you're competing. Yeah, so it's the best thing about grind session. So I recommend, I advise any player just play on the grind session because you play against the best competition and you get better all the time. So
you're going up against, like you said, Jalen Green, Namar Burnett, Coleman, Frank, all those guys are prolific one night. Then you go against guys like Frankie Collins and Josh Primo's, Marjon Beauchamps. I mean, the list goes on there. But what were some of your favorite matchups that stood out to you this year?
Yeah, my favorite matchup was against Beliefy Prep. He was talking trash. I was talking trash. He was scoring back and forth. Me and Namar Burnett. It was my best matchup this year. But when we went to Oak Hill too, it was one of my best matchups too when we played. But they're not a part of grind session. I'm just saying.
What's it like having all the accolades, and what was it like really getting to this point?
I work all my 4 years. I work hard to be in this position. I trust the same people, since my freshman year to be in this position I am today. So, I mean, I gave a lot of credit to them, West Oaks Academy, and my coaches. But at the same time, like, I used to, like, how I can explain to you, like, to become I'm not saying to become that good I am today, but, like, to become the player I am today, it was a lot of sacrifices. It was a lot politics. I didn't like it, but I had to get used to it. So, I mean, it's just like growing up, getting more mature, and then understand the game better. I mean, this is what it is, to be honest. Just understand the game better, follow more instructions, become a better passer, become a better scorer, working out, trusting my coach. To be honest, it's all I got to say.
How do you kind of do that, man? A lot of people know athletes obviously make sacrifices. I mean, that's the reason you guys are that elite. But what's it like, and really, when did the flip switch for you that you knew you kind of had to stop doing all the other stuff and just focus in on basketball?
But my freshman year, I was playing under 17. I was playing 17U in my AAU team. So I was playing against bigger guys, older guys, because I was like 14, 15. And I was playing against people 18, 17, so like bigger than me. And then this when I realized that as a freshman, I'm doing good. So I feel like I can do something with this basketball thing.
I mean, you led your team. I mean, your team obviously got to the Final Four for the Grind Session Championship. You were hurt, though. I mean, talk about your injury, though. Exactly how did it happen?
It was in the semifinals, state semifinals. We was like, the ball was on the ground. We was fighting for the ball. And then I don't know what happened. Somebody just stepped on me because we was fighting for the ball on the ground. And then I was trying to get up. My hand was just so heavy. And then I just went to the doctor next day. And then he was like, it's a fracture. I got a little fracture in my hand. But I don't even remember how that happened, to be honest. I was just like, after the game, my hand was so heavy. I was like, I got to go to the doctor next day.
How's it feeling right now? How close are you to having the cast off and getting ready to play again?
A week. I'm like a week because I've been in the cast for 3 weeks already. And then the doctor say I'm supposed to be in the cast for 4 or 6 weeks. But I'm going back to the doctor next week because I got an appointment there, and then I will see if we can take the cast off, or I still gotta stay in the cast.
Gotcha. And I mean, let's just kind of talk a little about your AAU career. I mean, you finished up your AAU career playing with Team Breakdown. What was that experience like?
I mean, Team Breakdown, if you're a player, you're going to play regardless. But I play Team Breakdown because my head coach, West Coast Academy, he's my head coach in Team Breakdown. So, like, I went there because he let me play my game. And then all the other coaches, all the assistant coaches, they are his brothers. So they all know me, and they already know my game. So, I mean, it was a good experience playing against other top players in the Under Armour circuit. You get better. I mean, people be like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. But I feel like Under Armour is way tougher than Adidas circuit. And then, I mean, it's just a good competition. It was a really good experience. Can't complain about.
In my opinion, I think all three of those circuits are great. I mean, Adidas, Nike, and Under Armour, I mean, they can all get players to the next level.
Yeah.
But when you look at them all, I mean, what do you like about them all, and really where do you rank Under Armour compared to them?
Just the facilities where we play are different, are like more organized. I feel like because I play all the three circuits, so I know the difference. And just like the players too, like I mean, it's more competition, more like ranked players you play against. So yeah.
You also have an opportunity, obviously we don't know because of the coronavirus if it's going to be up in the air or not, but with the Nike Hoop Summit, I mean, that's obviously a big event, being able to represent your country a little bit. What would that be like to possibly be in that game?
I mean, this is my dream since I was a kid, since I came to America, because when I came to America, I was a freshman, and then we had somebody in our school, West Coast Academy, his name is Andres Felix. He played against Team USA. I mean, it'll be a good experience because, like, it's not a lot of people they got a chance to play on the team because there's a lot of international people in America, so international players. I mean, if I would get picked, it'll be a blessing because this is my dream. But if not, I just gotta keep working. But if I was just like, it'll be a good experience to play against the USA team, play against all the top players on USA team. It's supposed to be all that, but yeah, I mean, it'll be a good experience.
And I know for you, I mean, you obviously take pride in representing your country of Angola, and you've been able to play in the national team a couple of times now. I mean, what's that experience been like?
Been great. Can't complain. It's just been great. Play on the team with other dudes. Play on the team with pros. You just gotta take the advice what they tell you. And then, I mean, it was a good experience. You go to another country, play against another country. I mean, it's just crazy. You just learn a lot.
And I know you also were talking about, I mean, you have potential to play with the Olympic team. I mean, what would that mean to you, and what's that process kind of looking like?
It'll be a blessing. I mean, I don't think so. They cancel yet. They still talking about it because my coach called me like 3 days ago. They still talking about it. But I mean, it'll be a good experience because like I'm gonna play against all the pros, like NBA players. I mean, it'll just be crazy because like I'll be the youngest on the team, play against all the pros, play against other people. They're my favorite players. I mean, it'll just be crazy.
No doubt, man. Coming from Angola, I mean, obviously, what was life growing up out there?
Growing up out there is kind of, I mean, it's rough because like it's not like in America. Like growing up over there, we don't play basketball a lot because like our main sport is soccer. So like you can see like I growing up playing soccer, like outside playing soccer, just playing soccer all the time. And then I moved to Portugal and I started playing ball when I was like 6th, 7th grade. So when I started playing ball, when I realized that I can do something basketball, so I just gave up on soccer. I'm still good at soccer, but I just gave up and I feel like basketball would be a better choice. But growing up over there, it's kind of rough because there's a lot of things people don't see. But yeah, I mean, it's a good environment over there because people stay together there. People play outside together. People just be in the parks together. it's just like, I mean, it's a good environment over there. It's just like people hear about Africa and they be like, this bad, people poor, people don't do that, people don't do that. But it's not like that, to be honest. It's just different. Like we don't like the food. We don't eat a lot fast food. We eat more like cook home food. So like, I mean, it's kind of different.
How exactly did a basketball get put in your hands?
My older brother, he stopped playing. I mean, he used to play soccer, but like basketball, even when he was in Angola, he used to be his main sport. So yeah, he was like, you should have come try. This when I started. And I went and tried. I like it and just kept playing.
When did you first get the opportunity to come to America and start playing?
My freshman year. Like my 8th grade summer. My guardian's from another country in Africa, but he lives here. So he knew me and he knew my dad. So he was like, I got a school for you. I send them your video, they like you and everything. So it's gonna be a good experience for you. I know it's not gonna be the same as Portugal. Probably gonna be tougher because it's America, everybody trying to play basketball. But like it's gonna be good for you if you're trying to become a pro. So this everything. So this how everything happened. They sent my video. They liked me. I came here. I tried out. I did everything I could, and then it was like, just you good player. So you should have stayed. And when I realized, they were like, yeah, I just should have stayed and then just keep playing.
That's great. And when you look at Angola, I mean, obviously they're on the rise. I mean, there's more and more international players, like you said, coming into the NBA, coming into America, and Angola's also starting to grow a lot. I mean, you look at a guy like Bruno Fernando, obviously he's in the NBA now, and there's a lot of other young players, but what's kind of you guys' relationship as being some of the top players from Angola?
Our relationship is pretty good. We talk all the time. Make sure everybody's good. If you need anything, let one of us need anything, just let us know each other what you need. Make sure we on track. Make sure we are in the gym. Make sure, just make sure doing what we're supposed to do. Yeah, like all of us, we be in each other's head. Make sure everybody doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, it's a good relationship, yeah.
And I know one of your guys is Soda Rock. I mean, talk about you and Sada's relationship. Everyone knows him as one of the funnier guys who's on here before, but what's your guys' relationship like?
Hey, Sada just, as soon as I look at Sada, I just start laughing because he's just too funny. Like, he's a goofy. He's goofy. He always talking, make jokes. But he's a pretty fun guy to be around. He gonna make you laugh. He gonna talk about sports a lot. He gonna talk about basketball because he likes basketball a lot. And then, I mean, Sada's just a goofy. Just goofy. Just goofy, yeah.
Absolutely, and I know your goal is to eventually be able to make the NBA, so what would it mean to you to be able to go and represent Angola and become an NBA player eventually?
It'll be just, I don't even know how to, I don't even have a word for that. It just should be crazy because we just got one player in the NBA right now from Angola, is Bruno. So if I were to make it, it would just be crazy because it's not a lot of people from our country that make to the NBA and has the dream, has the opportunity to come here and make to the NBA. So like, it would be a lot for me and for my country.
Who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
My brother and my family, my dad. My dad, basically, because my dad used to like soccer and then he started liking basketball because of us, like me and my brother. So like, yeah, my dad's my role model.
That's awesome. And I was like, my final question I like wrapping up with is me being a man of God. I was like talking about faith. So how would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
Oh, I pray. So I just be praying. My mom's pray for me. My whole family pray for me. My coaches pray for me. Teammates pray for me. And I feel like if I tell you, if it wasn't God, I would not be here. Because like, it's just like powerful. Like just helping our family a lot. Like I want him to keep helping us until he can't anymore. So I really trust God, and then God is he's a big influence in my life, to be honest.
Absolutely, and we all know God's got a different journey for everyone. Just seeing the way it pans out, I mean, obviously He's gotten you a far place, and it's going to be great seeing where you get from here, man.
You're right. You just got to keep believing in Him. That's it.
Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today. Keep on doing your thing. I can't wait to see you play with K-State next year.
Appreciate you, though. You too.
No problem, bro. God bless.
God bless.
As I said, Selton will be a star at K-State, and I guarantee he's going to electrify all K-State games. But, with that being said, to be able to follow guys like Selton and all of the top players in 2020 and of course from now on, go and follow Recruit News. You're going to be able to stay up to date on all men's, women's, high school highlights, some even college stuff. I promise you it's the special stuff that you're not going to miss. Make sure you go follow them on Instagram at Recruit News. Shout out to them once again. But this is the third interview. I promise you're not going to miss it with Nijel Pack. He's a special player, the first guy that started this entire elite class. Yes, K-State fans, y'all should be thanking him. So with that being said, Nigel's interview is up right after this. I'm blessed to welcome on a top 100 recruit and the number 84 player in 2020, a 4-star, number 19 overall point guard, and number 2 player in Indiana. And of course, one of the first commits of Kansas State, and Nijel Pack. And let's just get right into this, man. I mean, obviously, you're now a part of the number 14 overall recruiting class. You just landed Seryee. Talk about the newest addition.
It's great, having all these guys coming to us, just more and more talent added upon. It's great that all these guys are actually being my teammates and not having to play against them. So I'm really happy to get to work with them coming this summer, and I'm happy to see what we're gonna be able to do next year.
And you started the whole thing. I mean, you were the first commit almost a year ago now. What was it like when you decided to kind of go in and start this entire thing?
It was a great feeling, taking my official visit. I knew this was the place. My mom, she kind of teared up when I decided to make my decision in the room with Coach. But I felt like this would be the best place for me to go to be able to play. And I feel like Coach Weber's a great coach and all the coaches, and I feel like this is the best place for me.
This year was a little bit of a struggle in terms of their overall usual standings, but you guys are going in, they're a younger team. They should have a lot of guys staying for next year. I mean, what's it going to be like kind of going in there and kind of changing and getting back to what K-State's known for?
It's going to be a lot of hard work. I already know that coming in for sure. Coach Weber doesn't want another year like this one for sure, so I know he's going to be pushing us. I know we're going to have to be on our stuff. I know we're going to have to be focused. And I feel like with all that stuff, even though we're young, I feel like we can still be a great team.
No doubt. And so let's go guy by guy. I mean, in your recruiting class, I mean, you guys now fill out at least one guy at every position as of this point. And let's just go down. I mean, talk about the second command and Selton Miguel.
Selton, I didn't really know him as much when he first committed, but I ended up watching some videos. I started hearing about him. He's a great player, great athlete. I love his game. I feel like he'd be a great help. His body's strong. I feel like he can also be a great defender just with his size. Next, Luke. We played against him in the EYBL, him and Davion. Davion's big man, huge. I feel like he'd be great for the Big 12. He's a big body, athletic. Luke, shooter, knock it down. He gave us some problems when we played him. He can also be a good defender with his size and his length. He has some athleticism to it as well, which would be great for us. And then lastly, me coming in, I'll be good for like being a point guard, being a true leader. So this is really everything to be great for us. And then we got some size already there. We got some players already there like Dejuan and players like that. So I just feel like we're an all-around great team.
And for you, I mean, when you started taking your visits over in the summer, I mean, was there any players on the roster, either now or maybe graduated, that you really had a great bond with or you really started to build a relationship with?
Dejuan, I feel like I started building a pretty good relationship with just because my first visit I took, even though he wasn't there towards the end because he had to go back for graduation, I felt like just him being kind of younger, he was able to bond with me a little bit more. And then my second time there, I was with him the whole time. So I was kind of able to build that relationship with him, Montavious, and Antonio Gordon. So we was all kind of together. So I feel like I built a relationship with them the most just because I was with them.
And like I said before, I mean, you walked in, you're the very first guy. I mean, in a way, I know some guys, they like that being the first player, but also it can kind of be, no, there's nothing guaranteed in terms of other guys coming with you. So what's it kind of like walking into a scenario that you're going to kind of be the face of and kind of build around you?
It's a great feeling, just being the first guy, and then some people trusting in me, trusting in the coaches to join along, come with us. I know they're ready to get started. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready for the work. I'm ready for everything about it. And I know I'm going to put the hard work in, and I know they're going to put the hard work in as well. So I'm pretty confident in what we're going to be able to do next year.
So who were some of the coaches that really kind of had a big impact in the recruiting process?
Coach Larry, for sure. He was the one that recruited me the most. He was at a couple of my AAU games. I seen him at the Peace Jam. Coach Weber came as well. They started communicating with me a lot more. Actually, Coach Weber DM'd me on Twitter. That was our first communication. He got my phone number. He came to like a workout with one of my trainers, and then it kind of started getting bigger from there.
That's awesome. And so, I mean, talk about Coach Weber as a personality, man. A lot of people know him as the coach personality, but what's he like off the court?
Oh, he's a great guy, you know. He always calling in, checking on us. He just texted us the other day telling us to stay safe with all this stuff that's going around. He told us to, you know, stay healthy. He prays for our family and things like that. And, you know, he's a great guy, you know. We got to hang out a couple times on my official, off the court. You know, he's a great guy to talk to. You know, he coached here in Indiana, so he kind of knows about Indiana stuff. So he's actually a really good coach, and I like that a lot.
That's awesome. And, I mean, obviously, like you talk about, coaches have one of the biggest impacts on the recruiting of a player, but once you kind of commit, though, have you maybe had a pull impacting maybe getting other guys to come with you?
A little bit. Just being up when we played against them, just know who I am, me knowing who they are, being able to text, reach out to them. You know, it kind of helps a little bit, but it's truly all their decision on where they want to go. We're just a little bit of a boost, help them pick where they want to go. Maybe, hopefully, they come to us. But, you know, it's just really what they like at all.
And there's still a couple guys that you guys could potentially still bring in. A guy like, obviously, Donovan Williams is another name that's a really big name blowing up right now. What's your relationship with him, and where do you see that possibly going right now?
I know him a little bit. My teammate on my high school team knows him very, very well just because they were both going to Nebraska at first, and they both ended up decommitting. So I seen that. My teammate told him that he was interested in Kansas State, so I knew I had to get on that real quick. I hopped on Instagram real quick. I seen his top 6, and Kansas State's one of them. So, you know, I give him like a little boost, like, you know, Wildcat Nation or something like that. Just, you know, let him know that we want the player that he is. You know, we want him.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, when you look at you guys, I mean, having a recruiting class about potentially right now you got 5, but it could be 6, and along with the transfers also coming in. I mean, what's it going to be like establishing the chemistry together, obviously almost having a new rotation?
I feel like that everybody wants to win, so I feel like once they realize that us playing together and when we play together that we're going to be at the best that we can be, that I feel like we will definitely start playing together because, you know, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to go far in the March Madness and things like that. And with winning, good things come. So I feel like with that, people will start playing together and trusting each other.
And you're obviously being the Big 12. I mean, that's one of the best, if not the best conference of basketball, where every night you're going to be playing against an elite team. So what's that going to be like?
It's going to be kind of normal, you know, for most of us, you know, playing against elite competition, especially in the EYBL. You're always playing somebody good. Even people that are unranked are really, really talented, you know. So that's going to be kind of how it is with the Big 12 playing against other Big 12 teams, even non-conference teams. It's just D1 college basketball, so it's going to be really a tough night each night. You know, not everybody goes high major D1 that are, you know, some people are mid-majors and very talented. So, you know, every night is going to be a battle. You know, you got to come out ready to play. And, you know, I feel like if we do that, then we'll be a great team.
Every high school basketball player or any sport, I mean, your dream at first is to be able to go play at the college level. So when you first get a step foot on that college court in front of all the K-State fans, what's it going to feel like?
Oh, it's going to be a great feeling. I didn't watch a couple games. I see their energy. You know, it's very, very loud in the gym. The people love their K-State guys, just, you know, because there's no really other school, no other NBA team, so to really feed into Kansas State. So it's going to be a great feeling to go out there and play in front of a whole bunch of fans, knowing they got my back and they got my support.
What would the fans be able to expect from you?
They'd be able to expect a great leader, you know, coming in. Even though I'm a freshman, I'm gonna do my best to be able, you know, lead my teammates to be the best they can be. I can be like Coach Weber on the court. They can believe that I'm gonna give my best effort every game. I'm gonna make sure and do whatever I can to make sure that we win.
And one thing I know every coach you ever played for, including Coach Weber, has talked about is you bring toughness to the court, where you have that dog mentality in you. So where did that really establish from you, and where does that really come from?
Just being undersized and overlooked just because of my height and my, like, you know, so kind of build like a dog in me, kind of put a little chip on my shoulders. I felt like that I was better than what I was being looked at just because I was being overlooked just because of height, you know. it kind of sucks that people do that, but it's life. It's a business, so people kind of do what they have to do. So it kind of gives like a dog mentality in me to prove somebody wrong that they shouldn't have done what they did. But things happen and people make mistakes, so there's nothing you can hold against them. But it just feeds them, adds fuel to my fire.
And I agree with that, man. Because I think a lot of people, can height help a lot of people, sure, but being anything, if you're not super tall, that can't necessarily hurt you because it's all about who performs, and we've seen enough players that are around the 6 foot high that you are that perform at a high level, even in the NBA, and just proving that is obviously something anyone can do.
Right.
And we obviously see that as well in this past high school season. You led Lawrence Central to really a great team. You and your teammate, obviously Dre, but talk about what this season was like.
It was a great season, being a senior. Last time playing high school basketball. It was great memories of all 4 years of playing at Lawrence Central. My teammates we had a better bond. It was just a lot of fun, playing with those guys, playing in a great conference like the MIC. It was just, really good playing against your friends for the last time. It's a couple guys going to some high major schools here in Indiana, being friends with them, being teammates with them. It kind of sucks that we all have to, be done on the way that they did, but it's just life. So, I left everything I could on the court, but now it's time to make my next chapter at Kansas State.
A lot of people obviously talk about being able to go play at one school for 4 years. That's something that we don't see a lot of high school players, especially the elite players, do. A lot of guys are traveling, transferring. So for you, what was the importance of being able to stay at a school for all 4 years?
Just the relationships I had there, knowing going to the feeder middle school of Lawrence Central, knowing one of the assistant coaches, growing up with one of the assistant coaches, DeAndre's dad. So, that kind of had a big influence on me going to Lawrence Central. Coach Davis, he's a great guy. I wanted him to be my coach. I wanted Coach Al Gooden to be my coach. I believed and trusted in them, and they was able to develop me to become a better player. And I'm truly thankful for everything they did for me.
And you and Dre, talk about your guys' relationship. Obviously, Dre's another top 100 recruit. What was your guys' bond like, being able to build and be able to play together?
Man, this is crazy. It's been a long, long journey, us being together. We've been playing since we were very, 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 very young. We just been playing together mostly all our life, really, you could say. It's just, from one AAU team to the next together, from playing high school together, middle school together, travel ball, all this stuff. It's crazy, we done grew a better and bigger bond. It's kind of become like a brotherhood. It kind of sucks that we got to separate, go our separate ways, but we'll still always be in touch.
Without a doubt. And the thing about basketball is so special is, obviously your host right now is at K-State for at least whenever you could possibly go pro for all 4 years, but basketball is a sport where there's so many avenues that going overseas, playing the NBA, G League, whatever, you guys could easily be able to play again in some time, and that would be something special.
Right, it will be.
And so, you played obviously in Indiana, where, like you said, there's so much talent there. What's some of the guys you create a great bond with, and some of the top players going to represent Indiana at the next level?
First, I will start with my teammates, like my Indy Heat teammates. They just kind of bring together, like Jaden. He's another top 100 recruit. He's a great player. This was my first time playing with him this year or this AAU season. Justin Powell, another top 100 recruit. He's a great player, even though he only played with us for one tournament, and due to an injury, he had to stop. But he was just great being able to watch him play. Nelly, who was very underrated to me. I seen him play this AAU season, and then I see him play this high school season. He's dropping 40 points a game, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I knew he had the talent in him. He just wasn't, under recruited really. And then some other guys I played with, like Trey Galloway and Anthony Leo. Those were great guys. We're still all keep in touch with all these guys. We're still all pretty good friends off the court, but on the court we all go against each other, which I really like about Indiana basketball.
That's awesome. And you talk about Indy Heat. Coming into last AAU season, you were a known player. You had some offers and all, but you really blew up. You averaged in a state stat line of nearly 21 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. What really got into you where you decided to turn up like that and become a national talent?
My trainer, really, he told us the EYBL is going to be a big stage for you, and you can either be prepared or you can get ran over, basically, is what happened. A lot of guys were telling me that the EYBL is tough, and I was like, well, perfect. This is going to be a great opportunity for me. Just that style of play, the EYBL is really a good pace for me, being able to get up and down the court. the shot clock, so there's no holding the ball. So everybody has to run, everybody has to play. The farther 3-point out, it gives more space to drive and kick and all the things like that, which really played into my hands, really. And just being able to show my talent, all the hard work that I put in, and then finally showing off on the court, people started to recognize that, which was good.
What was it like when you started pulling a lot of offers and started seeing the rankings move you on up?
It was great. It did a lot for my confidence. It made me feel good. But, I still had to keep working. There's still places to move up. My trainer told me, being top 80, I was 79 at first, that's great and all, but he said, there's 79 people I don't see that's better than you. So you need to keep going up, keep working. And I feel like that was great, great encouragement for me. And I really appreciate my trainer for doing all that.
For sure. And before I let you go, man, I was wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
My dad, for sure. He's been helping me. He's been, an encouragement to me, even when I would get down. He always helped me with everything that I know really a lot with basketball-wise. Even though he didn't play much himself, he's really good mentally getting the game. Even though he's a little older, he couldn't play it, but he still showed me everything that I need to do. So he became a big role model for me, helping me getting better. So I really appreciate him.
That's awesome. Definitely God puts different people in our lives to kind of help pave it and just be there for you. And that's obviously a special thing, especially having a dad or a mom do it.
Right. It is.
My final question I was wrapping up with is just talking about faith. Being a man of God, how would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
Man, God has been the number one person in my life since birth. He had a plan for me before I was even thought of. He had a big plan, even though I don't understand everything that he has written, even though I don't want some things to happen the way it does, but God knows the bigger picture. And I even though I can't understand it, I had to trust and believe in him and everything that he did. Sometimes I was getting down under faith. I was going into my junior summer with few offers, but still wanted some bigger ones. I believed that this hard work that I'm doing would pay off this summer, and he did. He let that happen, and I'm really appreciative, and I'm thankful for everything he's done for me. And I know there's still things that I can still do in my life that he has planned for me, and I'm just going to keep working, and I know that will work, and with him, there'll be blessings and favor coming upon me.
Amen, man. Like you said, it's God's timing. Some people come in early and get them, but
Right.
It's whenever God has a setup for you, and obviously it would turn out to be a great path, and it's going to be something special seeing at K-State for sure.
Well, I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. Appreciate you taking time to come on. Keep doing your thing, and I can't wait to see you play with the Wildcats next year, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. God bless.
You too.